Open, always local, and serving up favorites for over 40 years.
Now on Prime Time, the Lieutenant Governor speaks out about last week's press conference and more. Plus, a death investigation is underway by local police after a man was found dead at an apartment complex in Mongmong. And one local resident quarantined at the Pacific Star in Tumon speaks out, wanting fair treatment as others got.
Hafa day and good evening. I'm Adriana Cotero. Before we get to the latest headlines, a message from one of our frontline heroes.
Hafa day, I'm Private Fantasia Rioja, and I proudly serve the National Guard of Guam. We are in this together, okay? Just please stay home and wash your hands.
Thank you for your service. We can't express enough gratitude and appreciation to all our frontline heroes. No press conference with Governor Lou Leon Guerrero today, but the island's second-in-command speaks out on last week's press conference, which included muting the media and procurement during this pandemic. As Chris Barnett reports, you may be surprised at what he had to say about the administration's efforts to fight the virus.
A one-night stay at the government's quarantine facility at the Pacific Star left now former Chief of Staff Tony Babauta packing his bags, abruptly resigning last Friday, citing personal reasons.
Do you think a one-night stay for Tony Babauta is something that's reimbursable by FEMA because he wasn't feeling well?
No.
And unlike last Thursday's press briefing that censored local media, Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio wasn't backing away from answering questions.
First of all, since I'm part of the administration, I'll say publicly I will apologize, but I think that Carlo Branch and Janela, absolutely they should apologize for it.
And although the media was shut down by the communications director, Janela Carrera, the lieutenant governor took some heat answering a range of questions regarding COVID-19 procurement, specifically hotels being used by the government for quarantine and isolation facilities. Leading the government down the paper trail reportedly through emails, it appears to be the governor's legal counsel and son-in-law, Hai Hyun. One email stating, quote, "Below is a list of items that I have procured, and I am waiting for fully executed documents to catch up. Negotiated pricing requires payment upon invoice. The places need to be paid promptly to meet their cash flow needs," end quote. One of those facilities sent an invoice on March 25th, Pacific Star billing the government of Guam a little over $500,000 for 389 rooms for 2 weeks at $100 per night.
Because of the way this procurement or whatever this was for these hotels, these quarantine facilities / isolation facilities were handled, in your opinion and your experience, would this raise a red flag with FEMA in terms of reimbursement?
Sure. Yeah, of course. They have to, any large transaction it's not necessarily a red flag, but everything will be scrutinized. Even the best procurements have to go through the scrutiny and make sure that they're in compliance, and only then will they get paid. So for sure, this one, I think definitely on all fronts, all the details of this procurement certainly will have to be reviewed.
And that's something Legislative Committee Chair and Procurement Senator Sabina Perez plans on doing by holding an oversight. On Sunday, she confirms she, along with her Democrat colleagues, met over Zoom with the governor, Attorney Hyun, and the governor's policy advisor, Carlo Branch, and Acting Chief of Staff, John Jr. Calvo.
What I could say is that, procurement it doesn't follow procurement policy.
And there's the question of Linda Ompinko Denorsi's signature on a document dated March 18th designating the Pac Star for use as a quarantine isolation facility or non-congregate shelter. Denorsi apparently says this was news to her. In a response to KUAM, she wrote, quote, "I want to make it clear that I have nothing to do with quarantine properties and quarantine hotel negotiations. Yes, I recognize my signature, but it was an electronic signature, and I don't recognize this document because I'd never seen it before."
That's fraud. Using somebody's signature, that is definitely an issue of fraud, and that doesn't pass for sure.
Your question was, what do I think about Linda's comments? I would stand behind her comments. She is the one that knows if is the only one that can give her approval on using her signature and her authority.
As for comment on procurement for quarantine isolation facilities, Attorney General Levin Camacho responded to KUAM by WhatsApp. Quote, "We have advised our client and given recommendations, but the Office of the Attorney General has not reviewed a contract as to form and legality." For Guam's News Network, Chris Barnett reports.
FEMA, in the meantime, says GovGuam will need to maintain tracking mechanisms to provide sufficient data and documentation to establish the eligibility of reimbursement. This includes the need for emergency non-congregate sheltering of each individual, length of stay, number of meals, and other service provided. According to FEMA spokesperson Frank Mansell, as with any activity, lack of sufficient support documentation may result in the federal agency determining that some or all of GovGuam's claimed costs are ineligible. Adelup Policy Director Carlo Branch says he is responsible for the muting of the media at last Thursday's governor's press conference. Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio tells KUAM's multimedia show Containing COVID that he expected Branch and Adelup Communications Director Janela Carrera to apologize to the people of Guam and the media.
I actually wanted to say to you, Chris, that I think three groups of people owe an apology. First and foremost is the reporters who participated in that press conference. The fact that I gave an instruction which resulted in them being cut off or them feeling like their right under the First Amendment was not respected is completely my fault. I should give better instruction, and I'm responsible for that. You know, the people of Guam deserve an apology because we can constantly point to examples in our history of people who work for the government and think that they shouldn't be subject to scrutiny. And I never wanted to be one of those people, and that's wrong. And third, I extended my personal apology to the Lieutenant Governor and to the Governor. And the Lieutenant Governor had the strength and moral fortitude to apologize to the people of Guam on the radio this morning the moment he was asked the question. The fact that I had to wait for reporters to ask me the question shows that I'm not as brave and forthright as he is. So those who serve the governor and lieutenant governor have to serve them well, and that day was not one of my better days.
An apology by Carrera was not issued. Also, no apology from Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, who has been received as of news time. A local resident in quarantine isn't in the crowd with the governor, and he says he just wants equal treatment. He shares a message with KUAM to Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. Quarantined, but not receiving the same treatment as others that have been where he is.
We elected you people to do a job, and yet you are not performing the job that is given to you.
A male resident from Telefofo, wanting to remain anonymous, returned to Guam from Hawaii and was ordered to stay at the government quarantine and isolation facility, the Pacific Star Resort and Spa, for 14 days. He tells KUAM he has had no symptoms and just wants to go home to his son and visit with his 80-year-old dad.
The nurse, whatever, that's coming around, all they're doing is screening. Every morning they come, they take my temperature. Oh, okay, you're good. The third day, it's the third day, they've been saying my temperature is normal. Why can't I be given a test to find out if I'm positive or negative on the COVID-19?
Now he's asking the government for the same treatment the governor's recently resigned Chief of Staff, Tony Babauta, had. As we've reported, Babauta was not feeling well and was allowed an overnight stay at Pacific Star. He was assessed, then cleared.
Why can't you give me a test and let me know where I stand? I'm a human being like him too. I'm a taxpayer and all that, and why can't I be given that same type of treatment?
The difference, this taxpayer says he doesn't want to resort to bending the truth in order to be released.
I just want to go home. I mean, you know, if they take the test, if it's positive, then I understand. But if it's negative, can they release me so I can go back home and quarantine myself there?
The Joint Information Center is correcting information released on Sunday that the total count of confirmed cases of COVID on Guam was 150. It's actually 149. A JIC release clarifies one of the positive cases reported on Saturday had already been accounted for. Meanwhile, the number of recovered patients that retested positive now stands at 7. The governor is expected to announce two major initiatives tomorrow. Her regular press briefing was canceled, according to Adelup Communications Director Janela Carrera, so they could complete work on the two initiatives. One will be on transparency and spending. The other will be providing direct assistance to those affected by the crisis. Carrera would offer no further details. Meanwhile, Senator Jim Moylan is one of a growing chorus of lawmakers calling on the governor to release money for displaced workers who are struggling to put food on their tables.
The Treasury Department instruction says it can be used for that, to provide them the support while they await the federal relief. Right? This 117 million is totally separate money from the PUA account and from the stimulus 1200. It's already in the general fund, and it's sitting there. And if we don't take some action now, it's going to disappear.
Moylan says the CARES Act funding that's been received is separate from any pending unemployment and stimulus assistance. The Republican senator says he introduced a bill to release payments immediately, although it's not part of tomorrow's emergency session agenda. Senators are scheduled to meet in emergency session tomorrow morning for the possible override of Senator Therese Terlahi's bill mandating greater transparency over coronavirus crisis spending. Speaking today on the Containing COVID show, Terlahi said it's important in keeping the public's trust.
I don't like to be critical of the government. There's nothing you can do after the fact right now, right? But we've got people, one of the issues is, show us a plan. Then when you spend it on hotels or whatever we spend it on, we're all in it, right? Otherwise, we're going to do like what we are doing now, and we're going to question whether that procurement was proper or not. And those things, bring us back to the days of, I call it the old school politics of where we're always worried about corruption.
The governor vetoed the bill, saying federal mandates already require her to disclose how the funding is spent. But Terlahi is seeking more openness for her and her colleagues on behalf of the public. And she's optimistic there are more than enough votes for an override.
I want to thank the people of Guam actually for their support. We've received a lot of support, and I think the senators have, heard a lot from the people, and I think a lot of that thanks to the media. So I want to thank you for getting the information out. That I've always believed the more information the people of Guam know, they're very smart. They're going to know what to do with it.
As of late this afternoon, the legislature had still not released an agenda for tomorrow's emergency session. Senator Terlahi has asked for the session to debate an override of her vetoed bill. Again, no word yet on whether any other measures will be taken up. Last week, senators approved a change to their standing rules that allows them to conduct legislative business virtually or online. The Archdiocese of Agana this week will be launching parking lot masses, which includes drive-through communion. As we reported last week, the public health director, Linda Denorsi, had rejected the church's recommendations to hold outdoor services and other sacraments, according to Liturgical Commission Chairperson Father Paul Gofigan. The governor's acting chief of staff, John Jr. Calvo, reached out to the church on Friday with an apparent change of heart. Father Gofigan clarifies that the outdoor services would be up to each individual parish.
This is really for those parishes where it's feasible. Number one, feasible for the priests to actually celebrate Mass in an open space or a parking lot, because some parishes don't have an open space. For example, Tumon, Blessed Diego, there is really no open space there. They only have places for people to park, but that's behind the church. So it's really for the pastors we're giving them the opportunity to decide if they would like to take advantage of this, because we're still under executive order, and again, to proceed with a lot of caution and a lot of prudence.
Father Gofigan adds a part of the discussion with priests is on the ideal time to have the outdoor masses. Once a schedule is finalized, KUAM will post it on our social media platforms. And a death investigation is ongoing in Mongmong after a male individual in his 40s was found dead this morning at the Taitano Apartments along J.A. Camacho Street. Here are the details. Crime scene yellow caution tape is up, and Guam Police Department officers' boots are on the grounds.
We moved forward with a death investigation. We activated the Guam Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division alongside our Crime Scene Investigation Division.
Shortly after 7 a.m., Guam Police Department officers with the Central Precinct Command responded to an injured person's call, although upon arriving, the person was found pulseless. The deceased male was found in his residence on the second floor of the Taitano Apartments in Mongmong along J.A. Camacho Street. According to GPD spokesperson Sergeant Paul Tapau, the man was in his late 40s and they await autopsy results to determine the cause of death. As for a suspect, there has been no report of an arrest made.
We are still pretty much in our preliminary state. We are doing more interviews, known associates, family members that we can hopefully get a hold of. And of course, this is going to steer our investigators within the direction of this case.
MTM Mayor Rudy Paco went straight to the scene when he received word from his neighborhood watch group on the death investigation. Sergeant Tapau says this village watch group is one of the most active in the area.
This is where, the signs posted, there's neighborhood watch groups. So this, the members within this respective areas will pay somewhat of an assistance to, providing the information. And like any other citizen, if anybody, may have witnessed or seen something, please give us a call at our dispatches at 472-8911 or submit a tip online at CrimeStoppersWeb.com.
Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Hafa, I'm Bernie Valencia with Matson. Our local Matson team understands that these are very trying times for everyone. Matson's top priority, like yours, is to keep our families safe and healthy and ensure you have what you need. We'd like to give you peace of mind that Matson's service continues unscheduled and uninterrupted. Matson is committed to our weekly service from the United States West Coast to Honolulu into Guam and Saipan. We are working with the Port Authority of Guam and providing the capacity and services our customers need so they can continue to meet your needs. Matson will take all appropriate measures to ensure continuity of service into Guam and Saipan. When we work together to take care of our family and neighbors, we will emerge from this as a stronger island community.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Port Authority of Guam, KUAM Communications, and Matson.
During these uncertain times, it's important to remember that we are in this together.
The Cowboys Insurance Team has continued to service the needs of our customers.
As in the past 80 years, you can count on us to be here when you need us most, when it comes to your health and the health of your family.
Let's continue making the right choices by staying home, staying safe, and staying healthy.
We are all in this together, and together we will rise again.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
Chill out and cool off. McDonald's is bringing back an ice-cold treat that we love. Slushies. Available in 3 flavors. Fruit punch, cool blue raspberry, very popular, and the new pink lemonade. Each flavor now only $1.99 each. Try them all. Slushies are available for a limited time. Served at all Guam locations drive-thru in Tamuning, Hagåtña, Harmon, Mighty, and Jigo. At McDonald's, I'm loving it.
More freedom. To learn more. To create more. To connect more. Mix and match Data Pass. Take your data further.
Big day of closet organizing and jigsaw puzzling? Get Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings. Sealed for your safety, all in one box. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
As sailors make their way on board the USS Theodore Roosevelt, they were paid a visit by U.S. Pacific Fleet Commander Admiral John C. Aquilino and Pacific Fleet Master Chief James Honea over the weekend. According to the Navy, their visit included touring the work done to disinfect the carrier and participating in discussions with sailors. They also toured the field hospital at Agana Heights and the medical facility built in Finagazan. Aquilino and Honea also met with Governor Lou Leon Guerrero's. National media reported that there are now more than 1,100 active COVID cases, 3 of whom are hospitalized at Naval Hospital and 53 have recovered. Reportedly, the number of sailors who initially tested negative but now testing positive has increased. During a Pentagon briefing over the weekend, spokesperson Jonathan Hoffman says a more in-depth investigation is being conducted to determine how the virus got in the ship in the first place. 2 weeks after abruptly ending its rotating bomber presence in 6-month intervals at Andersen Air Force Base, Stars and Stripes is reporting that 4 B-1B bombers and about 200 airmen from Texas are on Guam to conduct training and operations with allies and partners. The last time B-1s were deployed to the Indo-Pacific region was 3 years ago. The government's plans to open a homeless shelter over the weekend at the Paseo Stadium were scrapped. According to Adaloop, based on recent information gathered from similar projects in other jurisdictions, the site for the Safe Haven project was determined not to be conducive to limiting the spread of COVID-19. It's been over 1 month since the governor announced she was working on a shelter for the island's homeless population. A few days ago, restrooms were being fixed at the Paseo Stadium and the baseball field was being prepped. FEMA spokesperson Frank Mansell told KUAM that GovGuam had requested the federal agency to provide tents for the homeless shelter at Paseo. He says a determination was made that it is not an allowable expense. Adaloop says site alternatives are being immediately considered in order to safely accommodate the vulnerable population as quickly as possible. United Airlines, one of Guam's largest employers, has announced a drastic reduction in hours for all full-time employees. A news release from the airline CEO, Greg Hart, says the action will be effective May 24th and will affect workers covered under their collective bargaining agreements. He said while the contracts allow for a reduction all the way down to 20 hours, they will commit to an equivalent of 30 hours. He said similar changes are planned for management. Affected employees have options that include a voluntary layoff, retirement in lieu of voluntary layoff, and separation to obtain retiree pass travel. The airline has slashed its schedule by 90% and says that, quote, travel demand is essentially zero and we don't know when it's going to come back, unquote. Tomorrow is Giving Tuesday now, and Guam will be joining hundreds of countries around the world in showing support for those on the front lines and helping those in need due to the COVID-19 crisis. Take some time tomorrow to help those in need. Any act, big or small, counts. We're all in this together. And make sure to give us a hashtag Giving Tuesday Now and hashtag Giving Tuesday Guam in all your posts so we can see all the amazing acts of kindness and generosity. Then make sure to tune in tomorrow night for Giving Tuesday Now. Together We Give, airing on all stations and platforms of KUAM. Keep it here, more primetime news. You're watching KUAM.
More freedom. To learn more, to create more, to connect more. Mix and match Data Pass. Take your data further.
King's Restaurants are still cooking up your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner plates and have them available for carryout and delivery. Call them in Tamuning at 647-5464 or in Dedito at 637-5464 and order for carryout. For delivery, please download the free Grab and Grub app and follow the instructions to get King's delivered to your door. Be safe and stay healthy until we see each other again at King's.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
Gather round. The Cravings Pack from Taco Bell. 4 crunchy tacos and 4 beefy 5-layer burritos, paired perfectly with all your Taco Bell favorites. So grab a Cravings Pack for your crew at Taco Bell's contactless drive-thru.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
With Grand Marnier, you'll dare to put a twist on the traditional. That will lead you to somewhere unexpected. Somewhere you can create something better than good. Here, you'll create something grand. Grand Marnier, a visionary blend of fine cognac and bitter orange liqueur. Live grand.
Welcome back. The Association of Federal Firefighters is a nonprofit organization that recently made a donation to help out the Zotnya Gumazo Amti after it was burglarized and torched. Bree and Chris spoke with member CJ Terlahi on containing COVID this morning.
We always try and end on a good note, okay? And our good note today is, I believe it was last week, we had Auntie Zita from the Gumazo Amti in Jotnya, and the place was broken into, totally trashed. They had even set some fires.
It, yep.
Right. And
if you don't know what the Gumazo Amti is, it's where traditional healers practice their craft.
Yeah. And so we actually had something happen with a group of federal firefighters now. And we're going to bring one of them on. And they actually did a great thing. We're going to pop it up on our Facebook live feed for you guys. But we're going to bring on... are you a firefighter? What's your rank there, CJ?
Good morning, Guam. Yeah, I'm a firefighter down at Big Navy.
Okay, so yeah, Big Navy firefighter CJ Terlahi's on the line. Can you just kind of tell?
I know CJ Terlahi. Hey, CJ.
Is that Auntie Zita?
That's Auntie Sabrina. Are you an auntie?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. You could call me Auntie.
She's like, you can call me whatever you want. No, but CJ, just take us to the beginning. I'm sure that you heard the news about Gumazo Amti, and then when did you guys decide that you wanted to do something about this?
Well, so actually, we heard about it through, first and foremost, I'm a junior resident, so, I'm on the neighborhood watch, and, we see all these sad moments, so we as an association wanted to reach out and kind of assist, one, because I'm from that area, and secondly, we started a firefighter association, which is called AFFF, which stands for Association of Federal Firefighters. So we're still in the beginning stages of this association, but our main goal really is to go out, kind of help the community, especially during this pandemic. Everyone's, we're all in it together. The struggle is real. All of us are struggling together. So as a community, we wanted to come together, and as a Federal Fire Association, we wanted to go out and help Auntie Zita and the whole Gumazo Amti. So we actually heard about it through one of our other fire captains. His name is Fire Captain Jesse Cruz, and he's also a Junior resident. He went out there, started water blasting, and just did his part. So we heard about it through him. We wanted to do our part, so we reached out to Auntie Zita, and we just donated a few things just to kind of get the ball rolling. Any donation will help. So that's really our main cause and our main goal.
It looks like, were you guys water blasting and were you guys painting?
Yeah, so we actually purchased a few items, paint, roller brushes, just to get, the building back up. I'm sure it's going to take a while, and it's kind of unfortunate that, things are happening. People are still vandalizing and breaking in during this time. It's kind of sad, So we just wanted to do our part. But yeah, we just got a few items, just to kind of get things started.
Okay. So you said you were a resident of Jotnia. So do you guys have any kind of inside word on who you think may have done this?
Man, to be honest, I really don't know, but I hope these people are actually listening in and watching, because this is it's devastating to the community, to Guam. We don't need this during this time. People are already feeling the hit from the pandemic already. So to add this on to everything that's going on is kind of sad.
Right. Yeah. Well, we just wanted to bring you on, CJ, and to recognize your brothers and sisters in fire, and to just give you this platform and let people know the good deeds that you guys have done, and to also just let the federal firefighters that did this know they are our COVID heroes for today.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us on. Once again, we're in the beginning stages of the AFFF, which stands for Association of Federal Firefighters. We actually just started the end of this past year and the beginning of this year. So we're going to be starting a Facebook page, Instagram page. Our president, Captain Joe Moffness, has really reached out. This is not our first kind of gig, to help the community, but contact number you could get him at is 787-4151. Once again, that's 787-4151, and that's the president of our association. His name is Fire Captain Joe Moffness. And anytime you see us out and about, we kind of work hand in hand with Gov Guam firefighters, ARF, Anderson. We're all in it together,
Mm-hmm.
So we're just trying to do our part and help the community.
All right. Thanks, CJ.
Okay, thank you guys.
Okay.
Hey, God bless you.
Okay, be safe.
So I wonder, do you guys get a lifetime discount on traditional healing now that you?
You know what? I hope that's part of the deal.
Right. Oh,
We are with you. At times when you need us most, you can count on us to be there. When you need someone to talk to. When you need to stay informed. When you need to brighten your day. When you need to stay connected. We are here keeping our promise that while the world is changing, we keep working, so you can keep connecting. We are your Docomo Pacific family, and we are here to help.
Big day of closet organizing and jigsaw puzzling? Get Pizza Hut's Big Dinner Box, 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and your choice of pasta or wings. Sealed for your safety, all in one box. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
MTO Maintenance will now completely sanitize your home, office, or business with state-of-the-art commercial sprayers. For over 30 years, MTO Maintenance has been committed to the health and safety of our customers. And now, more than ever, a clean home, office, carpets, and furniture is a necessity to our island. Give us a call today. Stay healthy and stay safe, Guam.
Call 647-6861 for an appointment.
Gather round. The Cravings Pack from Taco Bell. 4 crunchy tacos and 4 beefy 5-layer burritos, paired perfectly with all your Taco Bell favorites. So grab a Cravings Pack for your crew at Taco Bell's contactless drive-thru.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
All right, everybody, May 4th says happy birthday to Mara Tamayo. Happy birthday number 19. Wish you were home with us. Say Mom, Dad, and Ava. Lawrence Castro blows out to Kansas City, so Lawrence, happy birthday to you, sir. Victoria Ibarra wishing our Nana Victoria a happy 82nd birthday. Your family says they love you. Tying Corpus, happy birthday number 4 with loving kisses from Mommy and the entire Corpus and Cruz families. Jalen Bryce Cruz, happy birthday number 10, and enjoy your special day, says your family. Ani Meno has a super special only granddaughter. Happy 7th birthday. May all your wishes come true with hugs and kisses and love from Papa Vince and Mama Lynn Happy birthday to Micah from Daddy, Mommy, JJ, and the entire family. Maya Jessup, otherwise known as Lela, has birthday sweet 16. We love you. Say Mom, Dad, your siblings, and family. Ricardo Concepcion Sablan, shout out. Wishing you a very happy, blessed birthday. We love you and miss you. Keep on drumming. And happy belated birthday wishes to Ethan and Aiden, born on the 2nd. Happy birthday to the twin grandsons from Papa, Grandma, and Uncle Zayden. Sienna Uggan, also born on the 2nd. Happy birthday to Peanut. May his birthday be as colorful and beautiful as you are for us from Mom and Dad. Lonnie Blas, happy birthday to you from Ted, Melissa, Lucas, and the family. They send their love. And Isaiah Akpaju, born on the 3rd. Happy birthday number 4 from brothers Hayden, Daddy, Sissy, Alana, Kaylee, and Sonia, and Mommy and Dad.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. That's going to do it for us here on Primetime. Thanks for watching and have a good night.